Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me in this presentation. I'll be summarizing and discussing the most important insights from my application papers 1 and 2. Together, these two papers highlighted both the micro level strategies involved in house flipping and the macro level trends shaping the California real estate market today. By connecting these topics, I'll explain how investments, decisions, financing choices, and expected returns and market risk all come together in real estate projects. Real estate continues to be one of the most effective ways to build long-term wealth in the United States. But success depends on understanding both hands-on project decisions like renovation choices and big picture economic conditions such as inventory shortages and interest rate changes. These two papers show how flipping a single home sits within a much larger and more complex market. In paper 1, I focused on house flipping as a strategy to create quick profits. The basic idea is simple: buy a property at a low price, renovate it efficiently, and sell it at a higher price. But while TV shows making flipping look easy, the reality includes major risks, cost uncertainties, tight timelines, and the financial outcome depends on choosing the right property in the right neighborhood at the right time. Every successful flips begins with property selection. Investors look for homes that are undervalued, outdated, and distressed, but still located in areas where values are rising or stable. Once purchased, the flipper begins planning renovations. This includes creating a layout and a renovation plan, budgeting labor and materials, upgrading kitchens, bathrooms, and flooring and paint, staying on schedule to minimize carrying costs such as mortgage payments, taxes, and insurance. One of the biggest takeaways I learned is that timing is everything. A project that takes too long can quickly become unprofitable. According to ATTOM Data Solutions, the average gross profit on a flipped property in recent years have been $60,000 to $70,000. But this varies hugely depending on the flipper's renovation accuracy, regional market conditions, and the investor's negotiation skills. Inspected on repair problems, how quickly the property sells. Flippers can do especially well in hot markets where housing inventories is limited. Luxury flips offer higher potential returns but come with more financial risk. Some of the largest risks for flippers include understanding renovations cost, hidden problems like mold, foundation issues, or dangerous wiring, homes sitting on the market too long, market downturns or rising interest rates, overpricing the final product, using loans that increase financial pressure if the resale is delayed. A key insight I took from this research is that flipping requires both construction knowledge and strong financial discipline. Investors must balance creativity and design with real estate budgeting. While paper 1 is focused on project level decisions, paper 2 analyzed the broader market conditions in California. Understanding these trends is essential for any investor, especially flippers who rely heavily on timing and market strength. California has been one of the most expensive and competitive real estate markets in the country in 2025. In 2025, the median sale price was $831,500. Prices grew about 2% every year to year. The market cooled slightly from the pandemic highs, but affordability remains extremely low compared to the national averages. Despite slower appreciation, California continues to attract high income buyers, tech professionals, and investors. One major reason California remains costly is underproduction of housing simply can't keep up with population growth because of zoning restrictions, lengthy permit processes, high construction costs, and limited buildable land. Even as mortgage rates rose nationwide and slowed down demand, California's low inventory kept prices from failing and falling. This structural imbalance is critical for investors, especially flippers, because it creates strong long-term price support but also intense buying competition. California's market has also been shaped by inflation, higher interest rates, a softening of buyer demand, and growing uncertainty about future market conditions. Nationally, home prices increased about 2.3%, showing a slowdown from the explosive pandemic gains. For investors, this means more cautious decision making and careful financial analysis. Unlike many Midwest or Southern states where prices have plateaued and or declined, California remains resilient. This is due to a strong economy, high-paying jobs, desirable coastal locations, and persistent housing shortages. But the downside is affordability. The median home price has nearly doubled the national average, making California one of the toughest markets for first-time buyers. Experts predict moderate price changes depending on the region. Tech hubs like Silicon Valley and Los Angeles may continue to rise. Slower growing regions may see mild declines. A drop in mortgage rates in 2026 could trigger a renewed demand. Policymakers are now focused on zoning reform, transit-oriented housing, incentives for affordable housing constructions. These policy shifts could significantly shape future and investment opportunities. By combining insights from both papers, several strategic conclusions emerge. House flipping is more profitable in strong, low inventory markets. Accurate budgeting and time management are critical. Investors must prepare for unexpected renovation costs and market delays. California's high prices create opportunity but also higher financial risk. Understanding macro trends can help investors pick the right neighborhoods and the right timing for their flips. Overall, both papers highlighted how real estate success requires balancing in micro-level project management with macro-level market awareness. Flipping houses can generate fast profits, but only for investors who accurately estimate costs and understand market conditions. Meanwhile, California's ongoing affordability crisis and tight housing supply ensures that the market will remain competitive and challenging for years to come. Thank you for listening. I look forward for discussing these insights on our discussion post, and we'll love to answer any questions that you guys have.